Next up, another person. Very funny gal. She's been in the club for a while now. Give it up, hold it, for Megan Grant, everybody.
That you follow on Facebook just because they're ridiculous. Yeah. Like, yeah. I feel like Facebook, there's like a bell curve of interest. Like you get the, you're really successful, you're really interesting, like, oh my gosh, you got a new job. Wow, you went to Europe. You're engaged, good for you. Then it gets like a little bit mundane. And you're like, yay, new sneakers, great. And then you get to the fuck ups. And it's like, wow, you had a baby at 17? You got your second DUI this month? You're back on heroin? Hell yeah. Like, it's just we need these people in our lives, because it just makes me feel so much better to see how shitty you're doing, Like, speaking of Facebook, I get irrationally upset about people who wish me happy birthday via Facebook. And you might be saying, Megan, why? That seems, totally normal. Oh yeah? Well, like, hey, KJ Devlin, that kid that I haven't talked to in 6 years because during high school I got drunk and we made out and your mouth tasted like cheese. And I never talked to you again, like, don't write on my wall. Don't wish me happy birthday. Like, how dare you? Try and get back on my good graces by being considerate? Ugh. It's just like this sort of thing makes me just want to waterboard somebody. But, enough about how much time I spend on social media. Obviously, my love life is going very well. All right, so, I got hit on the other day. Seriously, stop it, I got hit on the other day. It was pretty crazy. I'm in CVS, and I'm at the register. I'm getting checked out by this guy. I mean, like, he's checking me out, but he's also checking me out, like so. And he's been real chatty, he wants to know about me, he wants to know my name, he wants to know my birthday. And I was like, please, he's into this. And then I suddenly remember I'm at the pharmacy. So number one, they have to ask you those questions. Number two, this isn't a routine pharmacy visit. I'm picking up my birth control. And I take a special kind called the Nuva ring. Which, if you're not familiar with the Nuva ring, it's no big deal. It's just like, you get this little plastic ring, and essentially, you just put it in there. You just shove it right up in there. And then, whatever, you can just go about your day for like 3 weeks. And then you gotta get up all in there and fish it out again. And right then, while this guy's checking me out, I was like, he's checking me out. He's obviously hitting on me because he knows that 99.9% of the time, I'm not afraid to get a little bit dirty. But, it was huge for me to get hit on. It's that time of year, feeling kind of down, And so, I was chatting with one of my good friends about it, and I was like, oh, feeling kind of down. And she's like, Megan, whenever I feel down, I always, turn to my favorite book. I was like, oh, tell me about it. What is it? She's like, well, it's a little bit gory. Lots of people die. There's some incest. And I was like, okay, continue. And she's like, well, right now I'm rereading this story about a young warrior who massacres an entire town, and then he cuts off the foreskin of all the casualties, and he sends it to the king as a gift. went from zero to religious real quick. Yikes. And so, like, I'm like, oh, great, yeah. So, like, religion, I tried, I understand. And, I think about it, and I'm like, okay, so there's God, and, like, he can't be seen by anyone. Oh, I'm sorry, he or she can't be seen by anybody. And I'm like, all right, but, like, no matter what happens, you still have to believe in them. And I'm like, yes, I get it. God is just an imaginary friend for grown-ups. And I'm like, all right, like, imagine. I think about it a little bit. I'm like, wait a minute, though. God's not a very good imaginary friend. He's kind of a douchebag. I'm sorry, he or she is kind of a douchebag. Like, if I had an imaginary friend, we can call him Boo Boo. And I'm like, yo, Boo Boo, what's up? What are we doing today, dog? Like, what's going on? And Boo Boo's like, hey, Megan, today you get cancer. I'd be like, yo, dog, why you gotta play me like that? That's kind of fucked up. And Boo Boo's like, it's okay. This is just gonna make you love me more. I'd be like, no. I don't want to do that. And I feel like, to me, God is like that single mom at the playground who's sitting over by the side, chain smoking cigarettes, while her kid pushes other kids off the jungle gym, and she's just sitting there like, should have got that abortion. Yikes. Right? But I have tried. My parents are both religious. My parents are both British, and thanks to Henry VIII, like, why trying to fuck a ton of bitches? Oh God, like, they're two different religions. So, like, my dad is Roman Catholic, my mom's Protestant, Church of England. And I remember going up to my grandma, who's my dad's mom, and being like, hey, Granny, tell me a little bit, like, what it is to be a Roman Catholic, what do I need to know? And essentially what I learned from that was, if you're a Roman Catholic, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. And then you can just show up and be like, my bad, bro. Yeah, sorry about that. Won't happen again. Sweet. And then, if you go and, like, fuck up again, you can come back to church and be like, oh, man. Oh, gosh. We cool, though, right? And I was like, hell yeah. That's for me. But then I found out to be Catholic, you're not supposed to have sex before you get married. So I was like, well, that means I should have been married like more than twice already. So, oh gosh, I guess that one's out. So I was like, okay, Granny, tell me, about being Protestant. My mom's Protestant, so what does that mean? And she, this Roman Catholic woman, very proud, looks me dead in the eyes, and she goes, if you're Protestant, you're a whore. So, I guess I'm gonna be Protestant now. And, yeah, that is an invitation for anyone. All right, thanks, guys. You've been great. Stop, please, stop. Oh, my gosh.
We're all good. We're good. We're good. Oh, God. What? Yes. That was weird. Oh.